came out here to do a very simple brake job, changing the pads on my wife's van. Everybody's doing yard work apparently too. But what happened is clearly not just a brake pad job. Serenity is very needed right now, as I am very resentful of this van. Anyway, so what I found as I did this is as I pulled off the brake caliper to change the pads, is the dust seal on the piston was all ripped up. Not going to be doing a very good job. So I went out and I bought a new kit to replace the seals. I got the piston out here. Piston looks fairly good, except for that thing there. Not sure what's up with that. These are supposed to be brand new rebuilds. So, and thankfully the inner square seal looked okay, but I'm going to go ahead and replace it anyway. But we're going to go ahead and put this back together and move on to the other side. All right, out with the old and in with the new. Got that dust seal on there, got the square seal, whatever it's called, on the inside of the cylinder, I guess. And now I'm getting ready to put this back on. I'll try and show a little bit more on the other side when I do that one than I did this one. I was just trying to figure this one out. This is passenger side. So I'll get this put on, move on to the driver's side. All right, so I got the caliper back on, it's passenger side still. I'm getting ready to go ahead and grease up. Got my grease. Greasing up the contact points here. Put a little lube on the ends of the pads and slide them into place. And move on to the other side. Okay, so here we are. So here is a look at the piston for the brake caliper. And you'll notice here, this is actually the part of the dust boot. And that's pretty much trash. Let me pull over the caliper here. And you can see the rest of the dust boot. As I pull it out, it just kind of slides out. Equally garbage. This is not going to be keeping out much dust or otherwise. Now, for the rest of this, you see in here this seal here. This is the square seal that actually does all the work with the piston. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reach in here carefully and pry it up. Go ahead and pull that out of the bore. You'll see this is actually in fairly good shape, which it should be because these are pretty much brand new. But since I'm doing this job, I might as well replace everything anyway, which is what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to clean up this caliper a little bit better and the piston here, and then I'll put it back together. All right, so here is my new seal. You see how it's nice and square. Looks basically the same as the old one. Let it focus there. Anyway, basically the same thing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put some brake fluid on this. Put this inside the brake fluid. Hopefully not drop it in the bottle. Get it nice and lubricated here, because that's one thing you need to make sure is that all these parts are properly lubricated. There we go. Got it in there. I've cleaned out the cylinder, and all I'm going to do is put this into that second ring there. Get a little bit better. Let me put a little bit of that brake fluid in here as well. Just get it around inside. Make sure it's inside that groove right there. this in. Get this in the light here so I can see it better. There we go. Or there I don't go. Gotta make sure this isn't straight. Okay, so here you'll see the finished product. I got that seal in there all around. You can't really tell there, but I got it in. So now we'll move on to the cylinder, the piston, and the dust boot. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and take some brake fluid. I'm just gonna basically move my towel over first and just dump it on here, the piston. Coat it all over, get it all over that piston real nice. Make sure you get in the ring there. A lot in there. I also have some still in the cylinder bore as well. So what I'm gonna next do is put a little bit around this dust boot as well, get it all lubricated up. And I'm gonna put this dust boot over the piston. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move it past this. I'm gonna move it past this. Oh God. Here we go again, right? These expectations. There we go. Get this down to the bottom so that it is hanging off a little bit. Again, get some brake fluid in there all around. Get it real nice and lubricated. There we go. All right, now what I'm going to do, what we're going to attempt to do, is get this into this ring at the top, this groove in the top, and then what I'm going to do is just press the cylinder into, or the piston into the cylinder, and we'll see if I can do that on this video. Probably not. Give him a little, work it around. I would be very careful because I have a tendency to break things and rip things if I am not careful. But I think just about have that in there. Make sure it's all the way around. Let me get this piston in a little bit. Now I can lift this up a bit and just check. Yep, that looks like it is in. Yep. Okay, so I'm going to take this to my vise over here, and I'm going to press this in. What'll happen is this top lip will go into this groove here, and it will seal off the piston. So. All right, so after a significant period of time finding my serenity, I have the seal on, the cylinder, the piston is in. As you can tell, it's sealed off there and all around here as well. Everything should be good. Now all I got to do is get this on the car, on the van, put new pads on, put it all together, bleed the brakes, and we should be on our way. Okay, so didn't get to finish off the video when I was doing the repairs to the van, but I decided to go ahead and finish it up now for y'all. There was a bunch of excitement down the street on that night, police and whatnot, so I didn't finish up the video. Anyway, I got the van all put back together, got the new brake pads put on, and got the calipers bled, and took it for a test drive to kind of get the pads seated in, or bedded in, I guess is the proper term. And everything's working fine on that van. But kind of wanted to share a little bit about my thoughts on the serenity aspect of in the name of the channel. Serenity, if you know, the serenity prayer is, God grant me the serenity to accept things I cannot change. And when working on a car, sometimes we go in with certain expectations, and also in life, and that's kind of what it's all about, right? In life, we go in with certain expectations. Sometimes that doesn't work out very well. And a lot of times we will use the fact that life isn't going the way we planned, or the fact that what I wanted to do on the car wasn't working out, as an excuse to act out in some way, or indulge ourselves in something unhealthy, whatever that may be. And I'm working hard in my life right now to just accept life as it comes. And as I'm working on cars, I got some work to do on the SRT4 this weekend, hopefully, or next week. I'm just accepting what comes along. Had a lot of unexpected things working on the van, and that's just kind of how it goes in life and in the garage. So hope you enjoy the video. Hope you go ahead and give it a subscribe and a like. And I got a lot of stuff coming up that I hope you all enjoy. We'll talk to you later. Bye.